Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Ballers Show. Today's episode is about buying a condo as an investment, and I will be sharing 8 key points to consider when you are buying a condo as an investment. First, let's talk about what makes condos a good investment. And they are good investment for various reasons. Sometimes they located in prime locations. They offer awesome amenities, and theoretically speaking, they low maintenance because your exterior should all be taken care of. And sometimes the HOA, your HOA includes water, include internet, and many other maintenance that you wouldn't have to handle. Okay, so for those reasons, condo can be fairly attractive. Now, let's talk about the 8 key points that you should know. So, number 1, when you buy a condo, what do you buy? Well, what you are buying is the space between the walls, not the air, the dirt below or the air above. Like if you were buying a single family home, okay, or a townhouse. So a condo is basically the space between the 4 walls. So that's what you're buying. Number 2, the value. When determining value, you should try to compare similar units in the same building, okay? Sometimes I see investors make the mistake of pulling units from another building, and what happened is the other building can be newer, it can offer more amenities, it can be better maintained, so it can screw up your value, okay? So to determine value, try to look in the same building. Now, if you buy to flip, then you know that your pool of buyers is essentially smaller than your pool of buyer for single family home. So then you probably will have to hold the property for longer. And sometime the HOA may require you to submit for approval before you can do any work on the property. So keep those things in mind if you're going to buy this condo to flip. Now, if you're going to buy and hold, then obviously you got to look at cash flow, right? So beside your PITI, you also have the HOA fee that you got to add into your cost. And, is it going to rent above that or below that? So make sure you consider all the costs when you purchase a condo and if you're going to hold it to rent, okay? Third thing is condo association fee. Now, you're going to find out how much it is, right? I've seen condo association fee as low as $150 a month to as high as $2,000 a month. So you got to know what that fee is and what's included in that fee. For us in the Houston area, reasonable would be $400 to $600, right? But I've seen some as high as $2,000. So find out what that fee includes, right? Because, like in this example, $2,000 a month, that's equal to another house payment. So it better be worth it, right? Okay. What else should you know about the condo association fee besides what it costs? You need to know how that money is spent. When you are buying the condo, you should get the meeting minutes and the accounting from your condo association and see how the money is spent and see if the condo association or the sometimes called the HOA, homeowner association, has money in it. You got to see if they have reserve in case of unexpected expenses, if they have reserve to maintain these amenities that you are looking at today. Make sure you review these things and don't skip them, okay? Because if you don't look at how well capitalized they are, when something happens, they obviously have no money to fix it, right? And then that will result in the key point that I will mention later, special assessment, okay? So that's condo association fee. I'm sorry for this interruption. I've been asked a lot about passive investment. And let's be real, there is nothing passive about being a landlord. unless you have a really good property management company. So if you own an Airbnb or a short-term rental and you want to get back your time, please give our team at Buzz Vacation Rental a call at 281-549-8432 or go to our website at pm.buzzvacationrentals.com. Now back to the Real Estate Baller Show. The four key point that you need to look at is the maintenance. So here's where I put a big asterisk, right? In general, real estate appreciates over the years, okay? But when you buy a condo, and if your exteriors, your common area in the condo are not well maintained, then your value of your condo could depreciate. So just keep that in mind. So when you buying a condo, you should walk around the building, the common area, to see how well they are maintained, right? Is there staff on site? Does it appear to have deferred maintenance? Are they taking care of the things? Like if it's a gated area, is the gate working properly? Is the pool well cared for? Do they take care of the yard, the lawn? All those things, you gotta look at them. I recently looked at a condo building, right? And from the outside, the stucco looks like it's cracking, and some of the balcony has really bad cracks from underneath. And to me, that's a sign of not being well maintained, right? So just walk around and look at these things so that you know what to expect ahead. Okay, so let's talk about special assessment. Special assessment could sometimes be assessed as a one-time fee, or it could be broken down over a period of time. You just gotta review your documents from the HOA to see how they assess these assessment, and obviously you gotta look at what plan they have for your building. For the exterior, what are the things that they gotta take care of? Now, if there's a hurricane come through and they don't get enough money from the insurance and they gotta pay for these assessment, that's not in our control, right? But however, it helps to understand what special assessment are, or if there's anything in the horizon, so that you don't get hit with a surprise fee, okay? Hey, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Key point number 6, and that is restrictions. If you're going to buy this for flip, then you need to see if they have an anti-flip rule in their restrictions document, okay? If you're gonna buy this to hold, then you gotta see if it can be rented, and if so, what are the restrictions on the terms. Some HOA do not allow for short-term rental of less than a year or less than 30 nights, right? So you gotta look at that, because if you're gonna buy this condo and thinking of doing short-term rental and that is not allowed, then you can't do it. So that's one of the restrictions. Now, some condo association has very strict restrictions as to, like, they gotta review and approve your buyer and your renters, and you gotta read and know what they're looking for, okay, and see what kind of buyer or renter you're gonna have in this condo, in this building, right? Some of them may have restrictions on pets, restrictions on visitors, restrictions on overnight guests, restrictions on a lot of things. So basically, restrictions on what you can do with your door, if you can put a smart lock on your door and that kind of thing. So you just gotta read, and you can find out all of this in the covenants and restrictions for your HOA documents, okay? There's a key point, number 7, and this is from experience. Does your condo have gas? Because if it does, you make sure that you have adequate insurance. Because what happened is your tenant, if you're gonna rent it out and you got a crazy tenant who want to blow up the condo and it so happened to burn 2 other units down, then you gotta make sure you're protected there, okay? So it's easier when you have gas, right? With electric stove, it takes a little bit more work to blow up the building, but with gas, it's a lot easier. So just look to see if you have gas or electric. And if you have gas, make sure you have adequate insurance. All right, so my last key point is number 8, parking for you as the owner or the residents there, and parking for visitors. Now, are parking included? You have assigned parking or open parking, and then for your visitor, do they have designated parking for visitors? Now, some condo would have restrictions to, like, visitor can park 1 hour, 2 hours, and if they're going to be there for overnight, you got to get approval. So just make sure you look at all those things, okay? Hey, thank you all for allowing us to be a part of your real estate investing journey. We are very optimistic that this episode will offer valuable assistance when you are in the market for purchasing a condo. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss another future episode. And feel free to leave any comments or questions below, as we love to hear from you. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, keep hustling, my friend.